Judith Maria Nickel was born September 18, 1946, to Nancy Lorraine Schultz, a triage nurse for the Red Cross, and Jonathan Robert Nickel, an itinerant farmer by trade who had enlisted in the Army following the attack on Pearl Harbor to avoid jail time for theft. Jack, who traveled up and down the California coast in the vein of becoming a country and western star, had a reputation for drinking harder than he worked, and his prolonged absences from his wife, new daughter, and 3-year-old son, Jack Jr., pushed Nancy into recurrent bouts of melancholy. In 1956, Nancy, her 2 children, and the family cat Buttons, now completely estranged from her husband, moved to Bakersfield to be closer to her younger sister Carol. 4 years later, while playing around a half-empty cistern, Jack Jr. slipped, hit his head on an iron spigot, and drowned. Nancy was inconsolable. Her long bouts of melancholy, exacerbated by the death of her son, turned into periods of catatonia. Unable to care for the precocities of a 14-year-old, Judith was sent away to live with her aunt, uncle, and cousin, Sharon.
Dear Mama, oh how I miss you. Auntie Carol and Uncle Bruce are swell enough, but I can't help but thinking how great things would be if you were here too. This summer, we went up north to see the giant trees at Sequoia. Wow. They were as big as the biggest buildings you ever seen. Camping is so much fun. Uncle Bruce said some of the trees there are 3,000 years old. Golly! Thank you so much for the card you sent me for my birthday. I pinned it to the corkboard we used to have in the kitchen. Don't get upset, but I lost my glasses somewhere camping. I haven't told Auntie and Uncle yet because I can see fine without them. Sharon is nice, but she's messy. Her side of the room looks like a disaster area, and she snores so loud I have to sleep on the couch sometimes. She talks so much, too. Sheesh. My hair has turned the same auburn color as yours from being outside and swimming so much. I'm glad to see that you're feeling better, and I hope you can come get me soon. Don't be sad, but I think about you and Jackie all the time. I miss him. I miss you. If you feel up to writing me back, I'll wait by the mailbox every day for your letter. Promise. I love you, I love you, I love you. Judy. November 11th, 1961.
That fall, Carol and Bruce bought the girls a puppy who they named Buzzy after the cacophony of sounds the mutt made as it slept. The more time Sharon and Judy spent with Buzzy, and coincidentally together, the more they grew to appreciate each other's company. By the middle of their freshman year at Riverside High School, the two were practically inseparable. They joined the cheerleading squad together. They got their driver's licenses together. And they even got into trouble together. Judy and Sharon soon tired of the sleepy placiditude of the orchards of Riverside, and with the acquisition of their first car, a 1955 Dodge Coronet station wagon, they were free to run rampant across the coastline of Southern California. They spent a majority of their time at the Del Mar County Fairgrounds, a haven for teenage roustabouts of the greater Orange County area. Here, they made new friends, smoked cigarettes and reefer, and drank the occasional beer or had the odd pull of scotch looted from an anonymous parent's liquor cabinet. The fairgrounds were also the place where the girls caught the eyes of various gentlemen suitors. For Judy, there was Christopher DeJune, a wall-eyed general's son several years her senior. She once told Sharon that the combination of Christopher's ambling glance and the braces that tempered her overbite were a match made in heaven. Then there were the Fernetti brothers, Anthony and Paul, who got into a fistfight over Judy the first night they met her. Then there was Donald Hutchinson, a varsity football player who had committed to a scholarship at Wisconsin and was at the fair helping his father unload lettuce from the family farm. The two hit it off immediately. They liked each other so much, in fact, that in 1970 they got married, eventually had 2 children, and by 1983 were divorced. a tribute to Judy's implacable grades and attendance, she was accepted to the University of California at Santa Barbara, where she became captain of the women's rowing team. Sharon, for her part, was made to attend summer school before she was able to graduate, and entered into a nursing program in Las Vegas shortly thereafter. At Sharon's wedding to Daniel Lewis, a surveyor for the municipal water concern of Las Vegas, Judy, the maid of honor, arrived late, carrying a hastily wrapped package with a simple handmade card attached to the top. Following the ceremony, Sharon, reviewing the long line of ornately decorated gifts, came across a simple white box, unmistakable in origin. She detached the single-sided card folded carefully across a single blue ribbon holding the parcel together. The card read, Sharon, I hope Dan is a deep sleeper because you snore like a busy sawmill. But you are my sister, and I love you. Judy.
I dream of a home up yonder, oh yes, where loved ones are waiting for me, oh yes, each day my heart grows still fonder, oh yes, for that homeland just over the sea, just over the sea. Oh, let me go home. Oh, let me go home. I wanna be with my father once more. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me sit down by mother's dear side. I wanna talk as in days of old. Oh, in vision, I sometimes can see them. Yes, I can see them around. Oh, fireside at home. Oh, Lord, then I listen just to hear their sweet voices. Yes, I do. I hear them